Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Thursday, 2nd of June 2016. This is Edward Devasagayam Pillai with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline of the Daily Mirror says, Court acquits Vijitha of drunk driving charge. Colombo Additional Magistrate Chandana Kalasuriya yesterday acquitted the JVP MP Vijitha Herath from the drunken driving charge in the inquiry conducted against him over the accident that took place on May 30 in the Rajagiri area. Kiriyalla appointed 94 coordinating secretaries, says JVP. Janata Bimukti Peramuna leader Anura Kumara Nayaka yesterday charged that Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla had appointed 94 persons as coordinating secretaries and 56 as advisors to the Ministry of Highways. Anura says Vijitha exemplary. JVP Propaganda Secretary Vijitha Herath had set an example by paying damages to Sri Lanka Telecom for a telephone post when his vehicle knocked it down accidentally, party leader Anura Kumara Dissanayake said yesterday. Another highlight says, Lankans who fled can now get passports. Previous government stopped issuance of passports by missions abroad. The government has issued a circular yesterday ending the restrictive practice of preventing the issuance of passports to Sri Lankan citizens living abroad who were compelled to leave Sri Lanka due to political persecution. Issuing a statement, the Foreign Ministry said that the previous government issued instruction to all Sri Lankan missions abroad in March 2011 to refrain from issuing passports to those who sought asylum due to political persecution. New way of producing drug. 2 Sri Lankan inventors win award. 2 Sri Lankan scientists who invented a new method to manufacture an asthma drug which could be a boon to asthma patients were presented the Silver Award at the 44th International Exhibition of Inventors in Geneva recently. And the highlight says, 8 ex-LTTE suspects released. 8 former LTTE suspects who were on bail were ordered to be discharged from the cases on the instructions of the Attorney General by Colombo Additional Magistrate Aruni Attigala yesterday. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline of the Daily News says about the issuance of passports to the asylum seekers. Lankans who fled tyranny can return. All embargoes placed lifted. In a bid to ensure the rights to Sri Lankans who were forced to leave the country as a result of their continuous struggle against a despotic rule, the government yesterday issued a circular lifting restrictions for issuance of passports to such Sri Lankans overseas. The previous government had issued specific instructions to all Sri Lankan missions overseas to refrain from issuing passports to those who sought asylum due to political persecution. Another highlight says, President orders prompt action. President Maithripala Sirisena advised political leaders and state officials to take prompt action to construct all houses of bad weather victims in Kaigol and Ratnapura districts, especially houses of those affected in the Aranayaka, Bulat Kohupitiya, where severe landslides were reported. Another highlight says, Cabinet approves heavy machinery to clear waste. The Cabinet has approved to deploy 10 sets of equipment to clear the waste accumulated in flood-affected areas. It was a joint Cabinet paper by Disaster Management Minister Anura Priyadarshini Yapa and Provincial Councils and Local Government Minister Faisal Mustafa. A large number of furniture destroyed in floods has been accumulated as wastes in public spaces. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. The main headline of the Ceylon Today says, LPBOA to charge traffic tax. Warns island-wide strike if government objects. Chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gemunu Vijayaratna says, with effect from 1 July, an additional fee will be charged for tickets issued on buses plying the western and central provinces because of excess fuel burnt as a result of delays in heavy traffic congestions. And the highlight says, Interpol aid to arrest Damayanti Jayaratne. Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne said yesterday that Interpol assistance will be sought to bring back to the country the former Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Defence as well as the Ministry of Home Affairs Damayanti Jayaratne, the main witness in the Avant-Garde incident, who had fled the country. And the highlight says, fraud relating to SLTP funds. FCID grills Kumara Velgama. Former Transport Minister Kumara Velgama appeared before the Financial Crimes Investigation Division yesterday to make a statement relating to a probe involving misappropriation of state funds in the import of spare parts for the SLTP during the previous regime. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to other newspaper highlights.